Hello viewers, let's explore the evolution of American government history. The United States government didn't always look like it does today. From its birth in revolution to its transformation into a global superpower, the U.S. government has evolved over centuries. But how did it get here? Let's take a deep dive into the fascinating history of the American government. Before there was an American government, the 13 colonies were under British rule. They were subject to British laws and taxation but had little representation in decision-making. This frustration gave rise to the famous slogan, "No taxation without representation." As tensions grew, the colonies started pushing for self-governance. The First and Second Continental Congresses were early steps towards independence, with leaders like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams playing key roles. The Revolutionary War began in 1775, and by 1776, the Declaration of Independence was signed. The newly independent states needed a system of government, so they drafted the Articles of Confederation in 1781. But the Articles had major weaknesses. There was no strong central government, no power to tax, and no ability to regulate commerce. States operated almost like independent countries, making national unity difficult. Recognizing the flaws of the Articles, leaders convened the Constitutional Convention in 1787. The result? A brand new governing document, the U.S. Constitution. The Constitution introduced a federal system with 3 branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. It also included checks and balances to prevent any one branch from becoming too powerful. Key debates at the time included representation, leading to the Great Compromise, and the inclusion of a Bill of Rights to protect individual freedoms. As America expanded westward, new territories raised questions about governance and slavery. The tension between free and slave states eventually erupted into the Civil War, 1861 to 1865. Abraham Lincoln's leadership and the Union's victory led to major government changes, including the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, which abolished slavery and granted citizenship and voting rights to formerly enslaved people. As America grew into an industrial powerhouse, government involvement expanded. The Progressive Era, 1890s to 1920s, saw reforms like antitrust laws, labor protections, and women's suffrage, 19th Amendment in 1920. Presidents like Theodore Roosevelt pushed for regulation to rein in corporate power, setting the stage for modern government oversight. The Great Depression of the 1930s brought economic disaster, leading Franklin D. Roosevelt to introduce the New Deal. This series of programs expanded the federal government's role in the economy, creating Social Security, labor protections, and financial regulations. This was a turning point in American governance, as citizens came to expect government intervention in economic and social issues. The 20th century also saw major social changes. The civil rights movement led to landmark legislation like the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965, ensuring equal rights for all Americans. Since then, the government has continued evolving, tackling issues like healthcare, technology, and global affairs in an increasingly interconnected world. From a loose confederation of states to a global superpower, the U.S. government has undergone immense transformation. Today, it continues to evolve in response to new challenges. What do you think the future holds for American government? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more history content.